What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to NoLifeTilMetal. Going to be doing a NoLifeTilMetal graphics update today. I have no NoLifeTilMetal records updates today, just graphics stuff that I've done. And in this case, it happens to be all Girder music. GirderMusic.com, I believe, is the site. And I worked on all this stuff in some aspects. Some of it I did from scratch. Some of it I just did inserts, but let's just get right into it. I got a brand new box. Haven't even opened this stuff yet, other than I just opened the box and pulled it all out so I can show it to you guys. So first up is Love War, and this is Soak Your Brain. Now this is 90s groove-based hard rock, heavy metal, along the lines of bands like King's X and Galactic Cowboys and Atomic Opera, those kind of things, you know. Great stuff. I mean, if you're into that groove-based, you know, kind of hard rock metal stuff, you know, a bit of soul, a bit of funk, a bit of but heavy guitars and those kind of Beatlesque sort of vocals, you know, all the vocal harmonies and what kind of stuff. That's exactly what you're gonna get with Love War and Soak Your Brain. Now this particular album, I'm just, like I said, I'm just opening this now. I've not opened it before. I did everything on it from the it's basically totally redone. The original cover is just like this. I might have changed it just a hair. I think I made the I think I gave the Soak Your Brain a small drop shadow to make it pop a little bit because it was disappearing. But other than that, this is pretty much what the original looked like. The back cover is completely different and completely new. The original back cover was very ugly 90s with all the Girder and what else? Girder and Bombworks and retroactive records. They're all getting these little collector's cards. So here's the Love War collector's card. This is a silver edition CD, so it has the silver foil stamp, as you can see, the Love War logo, and the bar around it. The border is, and then here's the back with a little description and a picture of the album. This is number 4 in that series, and I have been keeping all those in little card holders so you can see all the ones that have come out. Well, these are not all of them. These are a lot of them, but there's some of the ones that have come out, and I'm going to actually just, while I got it here, slide this one in there. So there's a bunch of these in this card series that Girder and Retroactive and Bombworks are doing. But in any case, here is the CD itself with a nice photo of the band here, and I believe this had an 8-page booklet in it. It's been a while since I worked on this one. This one is coming out on vinyl too. The vinyl's been delayed thanks to COVID. But there's the lyrics and liner notes. Lots of lyrics on this one. And again, the band photo. So yeah, an 8-page booklet with the I really like this brain graphic on the CD itself. And then also it is ghosted in the behind the CD itself. So yeah, this came out really nice. I'm really happy with how this one came out. Looks great. Produced by John Elefante, of course, of Mastedon fame, or John Elefante, who was in Kansas. He's also released a lot of solo stuff. So very good album from them. It was originally, I can't remember, it was originally released on I think it was Pachyderm Records back in the early 90s. So Love War, Soak Your Brain. The next 3 are from the same artists, and I'm going to show them in some sort of order here. 1, 2, I think that's how they came out. 1, 2, 3. But this is Jeff Moore. Became famous later down the road as Jeff Moore in the Distance. It's printed a little dark from what it looks like to me, but let's take a look. Just want to shrink wrap. It's a little darker. Okay, once again, I'm going to open this thing up. You get the collector's card for Jeff Moore. This is number 13 in the silver CD edition. So it doesn't matter the style of music. These cards are all over the place. I mean, there's... Okay, sorry about that. Battery apparently was dying and popped up on the screen saying your battery's dying. So I had to plug it in real quick. All right, so Jeff Moore in the Distance. Yeah, printed a little darker than I thought it would. I thought it should, but unfortunately, can't control the printing presses. So if it gets saturated, that's just the way it is. But very 80s looking design for a very 80s looking release. And again, I believe this was an 8-page, lots of lyrics. It wasn't a whole lot of photos available for this one, so usually if I have photos, I'll include lots of photos in them because I like that kind of stuff. But there wasn't a whole lot to do on this one. There is that photo in the back there, which is the same one that's on the card. Yeah, this is CCM kind of stuff, Christian contemporary music, you know, I don't want to call it light rock. It's not really light rock. It's some kind of pop rock from the 80s. So Jeff Moore, who made a name for himself as Jeff Moore in the Distance. Then the next one, he actually had a hit on this one, I believe. Here's the CD itself. Again, it's still sealed, so I'm going to pop this puppy open. We're doing a seal to reveal kind of thing going on here. Alright, so there's the CD for Jeff Moore. This is the second album, Over the Edge. Again, with the card. Number 14 in that silver CD series, and I'm not sure how well you can see so you can see the silver foil, and again on the back has information on the album and a picture of the album. And then here is the CD itself. And once again, very readable, very clear lyrics, which is something that I like. I hate type that is so small you can't read it. I hate type that is so fancy and the background is so overwhelming you can't read it. So that's what you got going on here. Again, not a lot of photos in this one. Didn't have a lot of photos to work with, but we used what we had and it came out nice. 8-page booklet. The collector's cards are free. They don't charge any extra for those. And there's the behind the CD itself. So Jeff Moore in Distance, Over the Edge, and I believe he had a radio hit with Why Should the Devil Have All the Good Music, which is a cover of the song by Larry Norman. So there you go. And the third one, Jeff Moore, The Distance. This was just before he started touring as Jeff Moore and The Distance. Went for more of a rock and roll vibe. Not that this isn't rock and roll. It's just I mean, it's just not a heavy rock and roll or hard rock and roll. It's just more straightforward contemporary rock music. So that one came out nice. The original was a kind of a copper colored what do you call like a PM? It's a metallic PMS color. So we made a Fox color here. So this is kind of a pro match of a PMS, and it came out really nice. That's from what I can tell so far. But here's the third, number 15 in the series. Now this is part of the silver series, but just because the whole album is copper, Greg over at Girder Music decided to do a copper foil instead of a silver foil. So a little different than the others, but I mean it still fits in with the series. As you can see, the whole series has a similar vibe. So you got a picture of the band on the front, and then the cover on the back with information on the release itself. And let me. I don't really know about that. I'm always making the CD straight and everything. A little more photos in this one because we have a few more photos. So you can see there's a photo there of Jeff on the CD itself. There's a photo of the band behind the CD itself. That is the same photo you saw on the card. And then there's another photo of the band right there. And once again, so as you can see, if I have the photos, I use the photos. So there's another photo there. Again, easily readable lyrics and clean, classy, looks fantastic. Jeff Moore, The Distance on Girder Music. And let's see if I can. It's kind of dark in here. It's not really, even though I got a big glow on the side of my face here from the lights over there. It's not real bright in here. 1987, this one was released. All right, these next two I do have some vinyl too here. These next two are also kind of a CCM pop rock, a little more in the 80s, almost new wave kind of vibe. I didn't do the artwork for the CDs themselves. I'm going to show them anyhow because I did do the collector's cards that you're going to see. But this is the band 2020. So you'll see a difference in style when it comes to layout. This is Greg himself at Girder laid this one out. And here's the card. Again, part of the silver series, number 5 in the series. And there is the CD and the booklet. I don't know what the booklet is in this one because I didn't do the layout on it, so we'll look at it together. But here is the booklet looks like it'd be an age pager as well. Pretty clean, pretty much the way I would have done it as well. Nice, clean, readable lyrics. A little bit hard to read right there, but not unreadable. And again, right there, readable lyrics. Like I said, there's not a lot of photos for some of these bands, so you can't include a lot if you don't have a lot. Sometimes if we have them, we'll do collages, which I love the collages, and I know a lot of other people like the collages too, but don't always have them. So 2020, and then also the follow-up album. This is Altered. This is 2020 as well. And again, I did not do the artwork on this one. I did not do the layout. I did not restore the cover. I didn't do any of that kind of stuff. The only thing I did was lay out the card for this one, which is number 10 in the series. And then again, you can kind of see the silver foil. And the booklet, which is an 8-page booklet as well. I can just tell by the feel. Again, it has that kind of 80s feel to it. It's 80s music. Lyrics, not a lot of photos, but still very nice, clean layout with all the lyrics on Girder Music. There's behind the CD itself. All right, and the vinyl. Going to start out with a couple that I did not work on, but they came from Girder, so I'm going to show them in this video anyway, even though it's not my graphics. I do a lot of graphics work for Girder, but I don't do everything for Girder. Greg at Girder does a lot of his own graphics as well. He's a very talented graphic designer. So this is the Blood Good Dangerously Close vinyl. This was the last studio album they recorded. As you can see, it has Oz Fox of Striper fame on guitar, as well as Paul Jackson on guitar, so it's 2 guitar players in the band here. Changed the cover. The original cover is actually back here. You can without the lyrics, obviously. The original cover was just kind of black on black with that tribal thing going on, and Greg wisely made it a little more interesting with a photo of the band that I think was actually on the back cover of the original CD. So yeah, it looks much better. I haven't had a chance to open this one yet. It comes with a giant poster. So let's take a look and see what this thing looks like. There are several colors. I think there's maybe 3 colors of vinyl. I know there's at least 2, because there's 2 here that I wasn't expecting to get 2, but I got 2. There's a silver version. You can see the silver sticker. There's a burgundy version, as you can see right there. And I think there's a black version as well. So let's check it out. So this is a... comes with a picture sleeve. Very nice. I really like that layout. Really cool. Nice pictures of the band's instruments or whatever, and how they laid out the band names on each of the instruments. Very cool. And yes, this is a silver, and there's some static on this thing. Sheesh. So there you go. Silver vinyl. Very cool. And let's check out the poster itself. It is a 24 by 24 inch poster. And there it is. Basically the album cover, which is a photo of the band. So that's pretty awesome. But let's also check out the red vinyl. See what the red vinyl looks like. I think it's a burgundy colored vinyl as opposed to just red. Makes sense. Blood Good red vinyl. Again, they all come with posters, so there is a poster in here. Oh no, that is a deep dark. It's gonna almost look black on screen, I'm sure, but man, that is a deep and rich burgundy red color. Very cool. I like it. All right, finally, these are all, like I said, all available at GirderMusic.com if you're interested in any of these. This final one is by someone who answered me earlier in the video. I did do all the artwork for this one. This one was a lot of work to restore. We ended up redoing the cover 3 times before we got to this. I came up with a whole new cover that I designed, basically with the same idea for that is on this cover. All we had was the original CD, and scanning the original CD up, it just looked horrible because it was a digipack. The original was a digipack and just didn't look great. So we ended up making a brand new cover, and then we decided no, let's do it. Let's see if we could find the original artist and do it that way. So after we scanned the cover, didn't like it. Then we made the new cover, and we did like it. But then Greg and I managed to get a hold of the original artist who did the original cover, and we ended up getting the original art in multiple forms. So it was a lot of work to come up with the final cover for Mastedon III. This is the 3rd album from John and Dino Elefante. John Elefante is basically the main man here. But this is a 2-album set, and it also features Kerry Livgren on guitar on this thing of Kansas fame. But you got a hype sticker on here that says gatefold design, double splatter on clear LP, first time on vinyl, includes Dust in the Wind, which there's a very cool cover of Dust in the Wind on here. Limited to 400 copies, and it's mastered at 45 RPM for quality sound. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. I'm not wearing jeans. I'm relaxing at home today, so I'm wearing sweats. And can't do the old jeans trick. It's actually unusual that I'm not wearing jeans. I always wear jeans. Oh yeah, this came out nice. So there's the cover. The back cover, as you can see, it's a double album set. There's 3 songs on side A, 2 songs on side B, but saying, oh, only 2 songs, yeah, but the first song is 11 minutes long, so it's a very progressive album. I sometimes call them prog light because it's not like Yes or early Genesis, something like that. It's a little more along the lines of Kansas and stuff like that, but still great stuff. And then side C has 3 songs, and side D has 3 songs. So there you go. So there's the cover again, the gatefold, and the lyrics along the edges there. It's actually this art here and this art here, I believe, are not the same art. One is this one's much lighter. This one's a little darker and has kind of this blue vibe coming up the trunk here. I know it's hard to see probably on the video, but and then we also have polyline sleeves. So it's almost white. It says clear, but if that's not really clear, it's translucent, not because it's not see-through. But it is translucent, so light goes through it, but it is not clear. But it's still very cool with the black splatter in there. Custom center rings with the, as you can see, with the Mastedon on there. And I believe the other record is actually a different color. Let's check it out. Yeah. So that is the translucent, or I guess not really clear because it's not a clear vinyl. You can see through a clear vinyl. This is not see-through at all. As you can see, you can't see my hands through here. It doesn't allow light through, but it doesn't allow, you can barely see my hands through it. So that is translucent, but not glass, where you can see through it. Not sure what the word I'm looking for is, but translucent is when light comes through it, but not images. So oddly enough, I just looked that up the other day for because I was talking to, I think it actually was Greg at Girder Music about clear vinyl and the difference between clear and translucent, and this is translucent. So so there you go. So anyhow, Mastedon 3, very cool. I guess I'll let me show one more thing. I'm going to run and get it real quick. Okay, since I'm also, so to show that stuff all for Girder, I might as well show these real quick as well. I actually have shown these in the past because I did some work on these in past videos, but I'm going to show them again real quick. I'm not going to get real deep into them, but this is Mastedon. This is the 2nd album from John Dino Elefante, and I did the artwork for these. This is a restoration of the original cover artwork, so not much different than the original. Back artwork is new, but as you can see, it's signed by both John and Dino Elefante, and he has copies of these available on GirderMusic.com. If you're interested, I think both signed and unsigned. You have to go look for yourself. I'm not sure if it's sold out or not. I just know at one point he had signed copies there for sale. Same with this one. This is this Jungle Out There. Again, this is one that I had done the artwork on. Restored the original cover. New back cover. Again, signed by John and Dino Elefante. You'll need to check GirderMusic.com to see if there's copies of that available. I'm fairly certain there's copies of this available. This is John Elefante's solo album. Very progressive album. Great stuff. I didn't do the artwork at all on this one. This is all done by Greg at Girder. But really enjoyable prog rock album. And again, this one is signed by John Elefante. And I believe he's got signed and unsigned copies available. And same with this one here. This was Go by John Schlitt. Of course, John Schlitt was the original vocalist for Head East through most of the 70s till he got kicked out of the band for drug abuse in, what was it, 1980, I think he got kicked out of the band. And a few years later, 4, 5, 6 years, I can't remember what it was, mid-80s, when Greg Volz left Petra, he hooked up with Petra and became their vocalist and became massive with, Petra was massive with John Schlitt singing for him. And now he's has solo stuff out. This is one of his solo records, the most recent one. It might have even been 2019, 2020 when this one was released, but this is a 2020 vinyl reissue on Girder Music, and as you can see, it's signed by John Schlitt and is available at GirderMusic.com. So there you go. That's it. That's my my NoLifeTilMetal graphics update for today. Thanks for watching. God bless. Stay strong.